Hello investors and traders, and welcome to the weekly market report with the market guys. I'm AJ Monty. This is a 1-year daily candle chart of the Dow Jones Industrial Average ETF, ticker symbol DIA. And if you're a new subscriber or a brand new follower of the market guys, I want you to understand the simplicity behind what we do, and more importantly, the accuracy. Once you've realized how well the charts work, I think it will not only be a boost of confidence in your own abilities to be able to forecast the market, but as a risk management tool, these charts are the best that you can get with regard to being able to minimize the loss when things go wrong. Now, with that said, I've left my lines on the chart from last week so you can see the accuracy of what I'm talking about here. I mentioned that we would move up a little bit to test that resistance point that I drew from back here on December 29th. And then, remember, these lines were drawn last week. Last week, I drew this line expecting that the markets would pull back. And if I zoom in a little bit further, you'll see, I mean, it's almost to the penny right down the line and how the market moved to the point where I thought we would wind up. Now, today being Friday, it's Good Friday, so the markets are closed for the holiday. But if we had one more trading day, I can almost guarantee you that we would go down a little bit more to test that low before making another adjustment in our price action. So the simplicity again is what you see. I am not using any fancy oscillators, indicators. I'm using horizontal lines to more or less identify support and resistance lines, and I'm reading the candlestick charts in line with what I see in volume. So it's price and volume analysis in its simplest form. Now, to give you some more evidence here, let's go to the spiders. That's the S&P 500 ETF. And you can see, again, these are the lines that I drew from last week. I said that we would pull back. That's exactly what's happened. And now we're going to have to wait and see if the volume continues to increase next week, then chances are the markets are going to drop a little bit more. So I'm going to leave this line in place right here before we see a retest of this support level. So I think next week we can go a little bit lower. So I'm going to leave that line in place for next week's analysis, and we'll go from there. Now, if we look at the more broad-based index in the Russell 2000, this is ticker symbol RUT. Again, this is right across the board. These lines were drawn last week, and you can see that we have an extension of that downward trend after we pulled back. This is a hammer pattern right here. This is a hammer pattern. And for the Russell 2000, we might go up a little bit next week before going lower. I still think we're going to go lower because of the approaching tax day, April 15th. We have a lot of people that tend to sell out of portfolios as they get into the April mode of preparing their tax returns. So a lot of people will sell out of the portfolios to pay the tax bill, and that generally puts pressure on the market. So I'm expecting a little bit lower here. I'll erase these lines from last week so we can stay focused on what I believe is going to happen for next week, and then you could just track the reports with us each and every week as I go ahead and continue to draw these lines. Now, if we look at the Qs, that's the NASDAQ market, also known as the power shares. You can see that that was my forecast. I thought we would go up a little bit more. We did. We came up a little bit, not exactly to where I said it would right here, but we did start moving up, and then the markets reversed and went lower with the domino effect taking place for the rest of the market. So what I'm going to do for the NASDAQ is I'm going to draw a little bit lower here. I think we're going to move towards this support level to retest it. So that's what my forecast is for next week. Watch that as well and follow along with the charts, and then you too will be able to learn how to do this on your own eventually and have good and strong percentage of accuracy. Now finally, the VIX. It's a volatility index. This is one of the leading indicators that I talk about quite often. I said that the VIX would come down right here to retest the support level, which I drew here from last week. We bounced very close off of that support level, and we went up on the VIX just like I said we would. Now, this is what I think is going to happen with the VIX. I think we're going to continue to move up to retest this resistance level. Now, follow me here, because the VIX is a contrarian indicator. It moves opposite to the S&P. So if I think that the market will move up here in the VIX, that would be bearish for the S&P. And we've already talked about how we can see lower prices next week in the indices across the board. So this is, again, one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, leading indicator that you can find outside of volume. Now, if you would like to learn more about what we do here at The Market Guys, just go to themarketguys.com, click on the video tab right there. See that right at the top? Click on the video tab, and that is going to bring you to a library of short videos that we call market shots. This is your daily financial vitamin, if you will, that you can take each and every day. It's recorded. They're very short. You can learn about the gap. You can learn about how to manage risk using the 1% rule. I talked about role reversal, and I continue to talk about it quite often. Lots of topics here. And what you want to do is familiarize yourself with some of the language that we use so that it's easy to understand and it doesn't seem so foreign. Then each and every week you continue to follow along with our market reports, plug into our web seminars that we do. I have an open house Q&A that I do every month. You'll find that on the front page of The Market Guys when you go there. It's free. You can invite your friends and trade like a pro eventually. So it starts with an education to build your confidence, and then starting to put the practical application into action and being able to make a profit and continue to make profits along the way. So have a great rest of the week, and we'll talk to you soon. So long.
This video segment is a small part of what the Market Guys offer through their educational products and services. If you are interested in any of our Trade Alert services, or you would like more information about our one-on-one mentoring program, simply contact us at info@themarketguys.com.